Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and I've been gone for a little while. I just wanted to fill everybody in about what's been going on in our life. And for those that saw the thumbnail and clicked on it, I think you got an idea. Last Tuesday, so it's almost been 2 weeks, my son was on his way to school riding his bike and he got hit by a truck. So the first question everybody asked me, did the driver stop? And yes, the driver did what he was supposed to do. He pulled over and did what he was supposed to do. I'm sorry, my husband is outside mowing the lawn as we speak. So that's the noise. We are catching back up on everything that's going on in our lives because it's been a whirlwind to say the least. So my son, he's sixth grade. His name is Brandon, amazing kid, and he has been a super trooper. I've got some pictures to show you to kind of fill you in about what's going on. And no, I'm not quitting. I am coming back, and I'm going to be producing and making more crafty videos to come your way. But I had to take a little bit of a sabbatical hiatus to deal with a family emergency, which is my son getting hit by a truck. So he was crossing the street, three-way stop sign. It's actually a two-way stop sign. Oh no, sorry. There's only a single stop sign. That's part of what our community is fighting for, is to get some more stop sign. Thank you so much, everybody. And he looked both ways. Again, it's the driver versus the bike. And he got hit completely on the left side. I'm going to show you his bike because that might give you a little understanding of where we're at. So when you look at the bike, you can definitely see that the way the front wheel is faced is not aligned. You know, when you have your handlebars facing forward, your wheel should be also facing forward. And for him, his wheel is facing the other direction. It got completely turned sideways. His, like, everything just basically got nailed. It's a mess. The whole thing is a mess. So I got the dreaded phone call. And for any parent who has ever had a phone call that says your child's in an ambulance and you're not there with them, it's hard. And it's the second phone call I've received about my child being in an ambulance. My first child passed away, and the second child, it did. He's fine. He's home. And that's the best part. We have a long road to recovery, but we're getting there. So by the time I arrived on the scene, lots of people were already there helping him. And our neighbor across the street was there. He recognized him. He lost consciousness for a while, regained consciousness. And yes, he was wearing his helmet. And that is the biggest thing that has saved any kind of problems for, brain, spine. He has no spinal injuries. He's able to walk, he's able to talk, he's able to, like, no mental problems whatsoever. So that is amazing. And we're now home. Obviously, we've been home since Monday. So he got taken to the ambulance. He, got taken to, we were at Dell Children's. We live just outside of Austin. So he got taken into Austin to Dell Children's. They have a trauma center, and they are absolutely amazing. Walking into the ER, because I had to drive from where we are, is about 30 minutes away. I'm just trying to hold it together. I'm contacting my husband, and he's driving from his workplace. And it's a very, very triggering moment for both of us, because we have both done this before with our other daughter who passed away before my other son, before the son was born. So the son is actually a rainbow child of ours. And so we get there, he's getting all of his, sorry, my dog is coming to say hi. My little puppy's coming to say hi to me. He can sense that I'm a little bit stressed out. So yeah, we get there, and my husband already had beaten me. Everybody got into the hospital before me, and he's talking, but he's in a lot of pain. They're giving him morphine, and he's complaining about his head. And so they do run a CT scan on him. So here he is, my little baby, in a CT scan. He does not remember any of this happening at all. And he goes through, and he's still complaining of his head. And then we start going down the list of all the injuries he has. So he has broken his collarbone. So on his left side, where the car hit him from the left side, broke his collarbone. He had road rash. His, not really this arm, that got nailed, this elbow, both hips, his whole left knee, down his shin, and then his left foot. Those are the main places. And then he bit the crap out of his tongue. That was the one. A little bit of a scar on his cheek there too. I have pictures, but I'm not going to show pictures of him in a state that he was not aware that I was taking pictures, except for the CT scan. I did show that one, but all the other ones are for us, just to show how bad it was. And that's not great details. I And he doesn't want to share those either. He's happy to share the pictures where I said, do you want me to take a picture to share with people? And so this is the first set of pictures. He was like, yes, Mom, please take, when we're in the hospital. He also really injured his left foot and was in a boot for the first, like he just got okayed to be out of his boot. This is him having his first meal because we were on clear liquids for a long time. And there he is in his sling. And then we found out later, just because there were so many injuries, that there was other things going on, that he also injured his right foot. So not to a horrible extent. He pulled some ligaments. He has lots of soft tissue damage, some bone bruisings, but and he had to be careful about walking, and it's still a little painful for him to walk, but he just has both feet wrapped, and they're saying just be careful, and we're still on medication. Sorry, my dog's over here having a blast with something. None of those are anything that keep you in a hospital for 7 days. The biggest issue that we had is a portion of the bike. We believe it was a portion of the pedal, because the pedal shattered, but there was a post that was left, penetrated part of his body. And so he had to have emergency surgery Tuesday night, the Tuesday that had happened, to repair. And unfortunately, it is in the bottom portion of his body that deals with digestion. So in his bottom portion of his digestion, he had to have over 30 stitches to repair, to close up, because it went through muscle and tissue, and it did a number. There's a hole in his shorts where you can see where it penetrated. It didn't completely break the shorts. So therefore, part of his shorts and his underwear also penetrated into his body. So that is the bigger problem that we are dealing with. And we are having to worry about wound care and washing. And he was on antibiotics, and we had to be careful about all that. And then in the meantime, we're trying to do all this wound care and washing, and you have to go into a tub or have to be like outside of a hospital bed. But he's got a broken collarbone. He's in a sling. He's got both feet that are injured. He's got road rash and cuts and scrapes and everything. And he had a concussion on top of all this as well. So there was a lot to handle. But we finally got the okay to go home after he kind of checked all the boxes of things, and we had to get a second procedure just to take a look to make sure everything was healing the way it should have been healing, from where he had a surgical mending of his wound, and that things were not heading in a downwards. But he passed all of those things and did awesome. And then we got home. So we finally made it home last Monday. So we were in the hospital almost for 7 days, because it happened Tuesday morning, and we got home Monday afternoon. And he finally got to sleep at home. I was up at the hospital every night, sleeping by his bedside, helping with everything and making sure that all of his medications were right, and we had all the slew of doctors coming in and the nurses, and we had physical therapy. So here we are in the hospital. He's my little trooper. This is a little picture to all of you guys. We got to walk around. He got a wheelchair for a while. You can see he's in, his 2 feet are wrapped. His sling arm is underneath his gown at the moment. But we were in Dell Children's. They have lots of amazing stuff. And here he is practicing walking again with, both feet, because they were so very injured and they've gotten better. I mean, kids bounce back. I have to tell you that. And they were absolutely wonderful. So here he's getting some physical therapy. He's practicing doing stairs. And then we finally get to come home. So he got home, and there were so many amazing, wonderful cards and presents and balloons. And here's some of the other, he got flowers, he got a teddy bear. And then in this last picture, you can see him. Here's my amazing Brandon. We went back to ortho and to check on his collarbone and check on his feet. And he kept saying his thumb was hurting on his good arm. So he broke the left collarbone, but he was complaining about his right thumb. And turns out, yes, he broke his thumb too. So he got put into, and he took it like seriously, when the doctor came in and said he's broken his thumb. And all I could do was laugh at that point. And he was laughing and I was laughing. We didn't know how else to handle. We were like, seriously, every single limb this child has got something wrong with it, which it could have been way worse. We kept telling ourselves it could have been way worse. There's so many things that could have happened that, these small things, they add up though. So on the way home, we had to stop. And first of all, because he didn't have to wear his boot any longer, he just has to keep his foot wrapped. We had to go get him new shoes, because those were the one set of shoes that he had that still fit. He grew out all of his other ones. And in the accident, the shoe that was on the left side completely ripped open and it wasn't working anymore. So we had to get him new shoes. And he literally likes drinking Gatorade right now because he has to take some stool softeners to help everything be a little easier for him. And so we went and picked some new Gatorade. And I saw the RC car and he's like, Mom, I want the RC car. I'm like, fine. So it's those small things. So he was super happy. So this is him showing off his new RC car that he got, which was awesome. And so now we're home. We have had a couple of setbacks. The thumb was a setback. I mean, it was an injury from the very beginning. It just wasn't noticed as much as all the other injuries. And then he did get an infection after we've come home. So we've had to go back to the doctor almost every day. Today is our first full day of not having to go to a doctor's office since we've come home. So that's a bonus. So that's where I've been for the past couple of weeks. I know I usually put out 3 to 4 videos a week. So I've missed the past couple of card making Wednesdays and just a lot of other content. And the companies I work with, that's where the teddy bear came from. And that's where the flowers came from. These ones are for my husband because my birthday is tomorrow. But I had to put them out because they're just so pretty. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind, and the companies I work with are absolutely wonderful. I emailed them once we were in the hospital and told them, look, I can't do any of the videos that I said I was going to do, or like I need a delay or push back. And they have been absolutely amazing. And so many of you have also left comments on my Facebook or have emailed. And I am so truly, truly grateful for everybody for being so utterly amazing. And it is hands down. I know you guys are leaving lots of comments, and thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. And people have been asking me this left and right, what can we do to help? And so many of our wonderful neighbors took our kids at a glance. I just texted and said, we have to go back because we got sent home. And then we found out the very serious injury of the puncture where the bike penetrated his body. That didn't get caught when we first went to the ER. So we had to go back in that night. And that's what kept us in the hospital for a week. Or for him in the hospital for a week. I was just there for support and for helping with whatever he needed. But all of our neighbors helped, take our kids at Lickety Split. And I have to give amazing thank you to all of our wonderful neighbors that dropped off food. Our other 2 children were still at home. And there was many a time when my older son, he's 15, had to watch my younger daughter. And, we had to have pickups and drop-offs from school. And my daughter still wants to ride her bike every day to school. So I got to give her props to that too, because it hasn't hurt. And my son still wants a brand new bike because his is completely totaled. So we got to get that on the list of things to get. Christmas present, I think. We're a little bit on hold until things get all good. We're not going back to school anytime soon, not until he can fully function going to the bathroom without having to have assistance. Because again, part of his digestive tract was what got messed up. So we still have to be careful with that. So we are home for the time being. So what my schedule is going to look like from here on out, I'm not sure. I'm getting back to it. We're just not there yet. But a lot of people have asked, what can they do to help? So I have a PO box that I always use for like my card swaps, and also for companies that want to send me product if I haven't worked with them before, just to keep a little bit of some security on my side for my home. He has relished and cherished every single card that has been sent his way. So if you would like to send a little bit of something extra to him, his name is Brandon Reed. And if you would like to send him a little card, he absolutely loves them. Some of the this was one that got sent. It's like so adorable. And, he reads all the notes that are inside. He's a little bit like, the weekend's a little easier because his friends can come over and he can sit. He has to sit on a special pillow because his bottom hurts so much. But, he can play Pokemon. We've been playing lots of Yahtzee. We've been playing lots of Connect 4. It's very hard when neither one of your hands is super functioning and you only can go so far. So very short games is what we can do. But he loves, all the cards and all the well wishes and the teddy bears and things like that. So if you are inclined and you would like to send him a get well card, it would be very grateful. He still has bouts where it's very painful. And so just having that little shining light, I'm like, hey, let's go by the mailbox. Let's see if there's anything there. And he just lights up. His face is just so happy. And he's a very happy child. And this is a big blow for him. So if you're interested, my P.O. box is down in the information section, and you can send him a wonderful letter. He would love that. Handmade card, bot card, whatever structure. And you don't have to. I will pass along all of the well wishes that you guys are mentioning here as well. So that is what is happening. If you're in the card swaps are still on. He's enjoying opening up the packages and seeing all the fun cards that are coming through there, and it gives me a break too. It's been very stressful in the whole family and very triggered for all of us, because it feels very, very similar to, not everything, because my daughter died under different circumstances, but just getting that phone call saying your child's been in an accident, your child's in an ambulance on the way to the emergency room, driving to the emergency room, not 100% knowing what to expect. With him, it was different. I knew he was breathing and he was talking. With my daughter, she wasn't breathing. So it was very different circumstances, but still, it's a very hard phone call to get. And for anybody who has ever had that phone call, I am so truly sorry. It is the worst phone call to get in the world. And I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional. It's been tough. He is 11. My son is 11. He's in 6th grade. So, and he was going for his very first trumpet lesson that day, because he just started playing the trumpet. So, but we're getting there. He's nothing but smiles, and just, this is his normal, just to show you guys, this is his normal everyday smile. He's happy. He's, he wants to talk. He wants to play games. He misses his friends terribly because they're in school and he can't be there. So we did do a little outing today, and we went to take him to Scouts. He's walking a little bit better, so that's easier. We just can't be gone for too terribly long, because it just wears him out. He just gets really tired. And he's actually over at his friend's house next door playing, because they can sit down and play, games, or he can do short games. So just wanted to fill you guys in. I know I keep saying that, but thank you guys again. My PSA announcement for all of this: wear your helmets. He wore his helmet, and that is a number one reason why we do not have brain injury, why we do not have any other serious, spinal damage or brain damage, is because he wore his helmet. He did what he was supposed to do. And I know that we'll get asked again, but I said at the beginning of the video, but yes, the truck that hit him did stop. We're not sure who was at fault. But it doesn't matter in the hindsight. If the truck was at fault or my son was at fault, neither party, it's not a fun experience for the driver or for my child. And he did everything the driver did everything besides hitting my son that he was supposed to. He stopped, he got out, he helped. They've contacted me and said they are truly sorry. The insurance company is involved and all that stuff. So it was not just completely ignored by everybody, which is nice. It's nice that there's still people out there that, even through horrible circumstances, will do the right thing. And I can't ask any more than that. My son's alive, and he will recover, and he will be fine. And that's where we're at. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I will be back. How am I doing? I have moments where I'm fine, and I have moments where I just am overwhelmed, tired. I see my house that is just a bomb has hit it because nothing has been cleaned. I feel guilty about not doing, that I can't do everything. I called in my mom. She's having to figure out how to get here from out of the country to come stay with us, because my husband has to get back to work. He took a couple weeks off. He just was mowing the lawn because that was 2 weeks and it was super overgrown. And here in Austin, it's still hot and things still grow really crazy. I'm about to go pull some weeds because our front yard and our front beds are just covered in weeds. And it's, get out and have some good energy and do something. But, one day at a time. I have to go to sleep with the TV on because I still have, memories. Even though I didn't see it happen, I can still vision the truck hitting my son. And I can't go to sleep with that in my head. So I just turn the TV on, and it kind of drowns out that noise, that thought process, so distractions are good. But yeah, and I can't wait to get back into crafting, because I know hands down, that's going to be my best therapy, and I just got to get some other things done first. And so that's where it is. I'm trying to give myself some grace. Yeah, that's why. And I'm reaching out for help. my parents had said, if you need us to be there just to help with whatever. And, for a while I thought, we're good. I'm good. Nope. I need some help. And so I'm asking for it. And so she's going to get here as soon as she can once we figure out, flying out of the country and COVID. And that's a whole different ballgame too. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. I'm getting there. And our family will get there. We've been through worse. This could have gone worse and it didn't. So, one step at a time. So if hug your loved ones, hug them tight, tell them that you love them, because it changes like that. It's blink of an eye, let me tell you. And I already knew that, but you get kind of settled in. So you wear your helmets and hug your loved ones if you can. If not, give them a phone call, text them, something, So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you guys again later with more crafty stuff coming your way. Bye, everybody.